The Lakers just had the best win I've seen them personally have in a couple years. I'm a Lakers fan, and I just got to witness them beat Milwaukee in a clash of the Titans. Giannis was incredible. Holiday felt like he couldn't miss. Middleton returned and was great from the get-go. And the Lakers still found a way to win this game. Davis was a beast. I think it was 44 and 10, plus a few blocks. Westbrook and LeBron were incredible, like 20 or so assists, 0 turnovers for the game. Some big shots down the stretch by the best players, some missed free throws down the end, some loose ball gets down the end. It was a crazy game, great game. But the Lakers have started this season 9-12. We're now 5 games off the top spot. I think 5.5 maybe. Yeah, 5.5. We're 3 games out of the 6th seed, 2 games, game and a half out of the play-in tournament. The season looks like it's starting to come together, and a lot of people are saying, don't wait. There's something in this team. Davis has been amazing. LeBron looks okay. Some of the role players are decent. Make a trade for Myles Turner and Buddy Hield before it's too late. Get them in the system. Start winning games. This team could be good. Don't waste Davis's prime. See that all over Lakers Twitter. And I understand the theory of not wanting to waste Davis's prime. I am pro trade. That is where I stand. I think I'm still pro a Westbrook trade, not because he's been bad. He's been everything you could have hoped for off the bench and more. He's been great in the non-LeBron minutes. He's given us an extra ball handler. He's been okay on defense. He's stopped taking as many bad shots. He's been attacking the rim more. Still got his Westbrook issues, turnovers and whatnot, but he's been better. He's been good. He's embraced the bench role for once, which is really good to see. But I'm still pro trading because he's $48 million in salary that he's not making up the value for. And the one we see a lot and gets rumored and gets talked about all the time is Myles Turner and Buddy Hield from Indiana for 2 first-round picks and Russell Westbrook. And at the start of the season, I actually did a video a few months ago before the season started saying why I did like that trade. And since the start of the season, I am now not as big of a fan of that trade. Not because I want to keep Westbrook, not because I don't think Turner or Hield have been good. They've been incredible. Turner's shooting like 38% from 3 this season. Buddy Hield has been lights out as well. I'll get his exact stats quickly. They've both been amazing. And yes, I do understand the Lakers, they have been bad this season. I can't find Hield's exact stats, but he's also been really, really good. The Lakers have been bad shooting. We're like bottom 5 in 3-point percentage. We're not as bad as we started the season, but we're still bad. And Myles Turner helps with that. He's a floor spacing 5. People don't want Davis playing center. I understand. It's physical. He's injury prone. Get him out of the paint every possession. Let him play the center just in like the crunch time or in spot minutes here and there, and then come the playoffs, play more center. I understand that theory. I'm not against that theory. I know why people want Turner. I've seen so many people talk about, you got Coach Ham, who comes from Milwaukee, where they've played Giannis and Lopez as these twin towers underneath. Play Davis and Turner in that role. Turner is like Lopez. Davis can be like Giannis. I understand all that. The issue for me is that as good as Davis has been defensively, and I think he has been still somehow underrated defensively this year. He has been elite defensively. LeBron has been really bad defensively this year. He's had a good season. Still, the scoring is beginning to come along. He's been slightly more engaged defensively the last couple games, but still, his age, I do think, is starting to show. His rotations are late. His closeouts are sloppy. When he's been on an island on the perimeter, he's getting crossed over easily. His side-to-side movement just isn't there anymore. If he's on a guard, he's just getting blown by or getting destroyed on a step back or anything simple like that. His screen navigation is gone. All those sort of things. He's not a good defender anymore. But the Lakers still have a top 10 defense because we've been able to hide him, playing him as like this free safety on a non-shooter. Just sit him off to the side and let Davis protect the rim. And then guys like Walker, Reeves, Brown, Beverly, all those guys go around and be menaces at the point of attack. But if we bring in Turner immediately slides into the 5 role on defense, protecting the rim. And what you really want to do is you want to put Davis on that non-shooter. You want to put Davis on their weakest offensive player so that he can play free safety, where he can be protecting the rim, switching out onto the perimeter, where he can be in the passing lanes. He can be doing what he does, doing that Giannis role, where he's sort of playing a bit of everything. That's when Davis is at his best, is when he can be sort of playing both on ball, but more off ball as this, like that. I keep saying that free safety, that roaming presence, as Turner's protecting the room and defending the pick and roll. Davis is just sitting there in the passing lanes, using his length, using his size, using his quick feet. So if that's to happen, what you need LeBron to slide up and start defending at the point of attack more often. He needs to start defending more wings, more on-ball shot creators. And I really don't think that's a good idea, because that's what makes Milwaukee work. Lopez at the 5, Giannis at the 4, then Middleton, Holiday, Matthews, Carter, Hill, these guys are all defending at the perimeter. If you're asking LeBron to play that Middleton role, where he's defending other teams' top wings, that really doesn't work for LeBron. Now, I understand some matchups you can get away with it. If you're defending a team like, say, maybe Phoenix, where they've got more guard and big man play. Bridges has been really good this season, not to undercredit him, but you can sort of get away with maybe LeBron defending a Cam Johnson or a Torrey Craig, They're talking about Western Conference playoffs. You can get away with it. But if you're matched up against the Clippers, where if you got Turner in the paint on Zubac, and then you got Davis defending like Morris, if you can, or Batum, suddenly you need LeBron to take one to Kawhi or PG, and you really don't want that, particularly at his age with how slow he's been on defense. So that's my concern. People talk about this Myles Turner trade and how good the fit is with Davis, but the flip side of that is how I really don't like the defensive fit of Turner, Davis, LeBron, because all three, Turner you want under the rim, and Davis and LeBron you both want them off ball. And there's just very few teams where you can afford to do that. As I said, there are a couple that can make it work, but more times than not, it's just not going to work out if you want LeBron and Davis off ball. And then you're relying on trying to split up their minutes, so you got between the three of them, they're making up your forward and center rotation, but then come playoffs, they're going to have to share the court a lot. They're going to have a lot of minutes together, and that's when this is really going to be an issue, when teams will start matchup hunting LeBron. So part of the other part of it is you can say, okay, on the flip side, look at teams like Cleveland when they're running Mobley and Allen. They have bad defenders out there, but what do? LeBron can let them pass because he's going into Davis and Turner. Yes, I understand that, but also better teams, they will scheme against it and they'll work it out come playoff time. You'll have guys that they'll just run 5 out, so you're stretching one of Davis and Turner to the perimeter, then you're really getting one-on-ones in a side. It could work. I'm not saying it won't work. I'm just skeptical. I don't think it's as... People talk about it as if it's like a no-brainer. Oh, it's totally going to work. Turner, Davis, LeBron. On offense, I think it will. I think it'd be amazing on offense because LeBron likes having big men that roll. He also works well with floor spacing. Turner loves to run a pick and pop. Davis pick and roll. You can run these like staggered screens where Davis rolls, Turner pops out, LeBron or Westbrook is the ball handler. Because that's the other thing as well. The Turner trade doesn't just have to be Westbrook. It can also be Beverly and Nunn in a first. Beverly, Nunn in a first also makes the contracts work to get Turner. That has been rumored. If we don't want to go trade Westbrook, who has been good, and we want to keep him off the bench, we can trade Beverly and Nunn and a first round pick and get Turner. I understand the theory behind it. I understand how good the fit would be of Turner and Davis. I'm just skeptical about Turner, Davis, LeBron. I think there could be some real issues, and I think they're issues that might not be fully noticed until the playoffs, when teams start scheming, when teams start running more 5 out. Offensively, as I said, it works. But my other thing as well is we only have 2 first-round picks, and we only have like 3 tradable contracts in Westbrook, Beverly, and Nunn. Do you really want to use them on a big man? I do understand that. I think that is a pressing need, having more big man depth. Bryant's been good, but he's been poor defensively. Jones has been horrific. Gabriel's good, but you want him more as like a 4 as a forward. He's not a big man. And we do want to get Davis out of center. So I do understand that really it is the best option, because if you don't want to play Davis at center, it is your best option. But it depends. Are you more worried about trying to protect LeBron on defense or protect Davis's health for the full 82 games? If it's the latter, the Turner trade makes sense. If it's the former, maybe it makes more sense to keep Davis at the 5 and get a wing. Like, one I would love is Kelly Oubre. He hasn't been a great shooter this year, only about 31%, but hey, that's the Lakers. And having another wing defender, I think, would be really valuable. We do look small against teams that run 3 wings or multiple bigger wings, like the Clippers against teams like Denver when they're running MPJ and Gordon. We do look a bit smaller. And I think there are enough teams in the West now with big wings. Ingram, you have to get through. As I said, the Clippers are a big one. Denver, you have to go through. There's enough wings in the Western Conference. It is still more of a guard and big man run conference, but I do think another wing defender is needed on this Lakers team. I would rather go after an Oubre or a Josh Richardson or something like that with the Nunn and Beverly contracts and a first round pick. But the fact is, it could work. I liked the idea before. I still understand the theory of it. I understand that it would work well with Ham because you could play him in the Brook Lopez role. I'm skeptical about LeBron defensively this year. And that's not a dig at him. He's been amazing for a 38-year-old. Like, when you actually put it into perspective, how many other guys at 38 are still, like, playing 35 minutes a game? Like, it's unheard of what LeBron is doing in the NBA. But the truth is that now, while age still hasn't really caught up with him on offense, like, he has lost half a step, it has caught up with him on defense. And fair enough. You don't want a 38-year-old trying to defend the point of attack while also being your number one ball handler at offense. So, yeah, I don't know what that turn trade would look like. It could work out. I'd be happy to be proven wrong. As a Lakers fan, I'd love to be proven wrong. I do think we do need a trade. I'm not saying we need to keep the roster as is. We need more depth. We need a wing. None Beverly Westbrook. We have way too many guards at the moment. We need wings and bigs. But the Turner trade could work out. Maybe the Turner Hield trade is better because it does still give you a bit of a wing, or the Hield is more of a guard. And once again, then you're suddenly trying to work out how to run Hield, Schroeder, Walker, Reeves. Those guys can't all really work together come a playoff setting. But I'll be interested to see what the Lakers do. If a Turner trade goes down, I'm not saying it wouldn't be good. I'd be very interested to see it. I think it will have a lot of merit in the regular season, getting Davis away from center. But I think come playoff time, you could see Turner's minutes suddenly drop to like 20 minutes a game. And if that's the case, is it worth trading 2 of our contracts and 1 of our first round picks for a guy that's minutes are really going to diminish in the playoffs just because he can't work alongside LeBron and Davis, and we need to protect LeBron defensively? Alright, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to have some more content coming out over the next couple months, so please stay tuned. If you haven't already, hit the subscriber button so you can stay up to date, hit the notification bell. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment below what your thoughts are. Do you think a Turner, Davis, LeBron lineup would work? And I'll see you in the next one. Adios.